Hey guys, Ken2 here. Thanks for checking out the video. As you can tell from the title, I'm going to be working with rhodonite for the next probably month or two. I bought it off of the rockshed.com at the same time I ordered the fire quartz. And I bought it just because it was cheap and I'm still new to tumbling and I wanted to see how it would turn out. So, like with the fire quartz, I'll do a breakdown of cost per stone. I think the 5 pound bag cost me $9 and another 250 in shipping and handling. So I'll show you a close up. They're not the prettiest rocks. Definitely worth. I don't know if I'd pay much more than $9, but I'm just gonna tumble these up for the next couple of months and let you know if you can buy cheap little rocks like this and actually make money or some decent looking jewelry out of it. Also, I have this bag of lapis lazuli I bought years ago and I didn't know what I was gonna do with. So if you see any blue and white gold flecked rocks coming out of the tumbler, it's the lapis lazuli. Because come to find out, the lapis is within about a half point on the Mohs scale with rhodonite, so they should tumble well together. So, well, let's get you a close up of the rhodonite and you can see what we're looking at. Okay, like I said, not the world's prettiest rock. I mean, we're sitting here in plain sunlight right now. That's the only lighting I have going on. I have tried to cut one down into a cab. The nodules just weren't large enough to pull that off. And then the stone was so soft that I just kind of, you could see it broke as I was starting to put the rough polish on and get it into shape. So I just kind of set them aside and I thought I'd throw them in a tumbler and see if decent cab looking stone comes out the other side. Yeah, another piece that came off that saw that same time. But the stone does have a little bit of sparkle. It has a quartzy look to it. Some of it is, like that piece is almost all quartz. But it has kind of some pink tones to it. I hope the sunlight's letting you see that. And so yeah, I mean, looking at photos from the internet, it's an interesting stone. But I'm just afraid some of it's just going to come out a little too black, to be really interesting. But who knows? Like stones, like jewelry, are art. Some people are going to love it, some people aren't. And you just kind of roll with it. So there's one I was going to cab. I didn't bother trying to get it into a rough shape. I got the cabochon shape, but the back was all goofy. I never bothered to fix that. I didn't go that far enough to fix that. But yeah, you got some pieces here with some pretty cool pink flecks in there. And yeah, let's just get them in a tumbler and see what comes out the other side. Okay, so here we are at the end of stage 1 week in the barrel. As you can see, they're much smoother. Definitely lost that roughness even just after 1 week. Colors are starting to pop out. I thought they were like all black, but now the pinks in them and everything else are starting to pop out, so that's really cool. There's still quite a few holes in them that most of these are going to have to go back into stage 1, but some are coming out smooth enough. I think this was one of them maybe. I feel a little divot up here. I might send that back in for another week or so. But yeah, otherwise they're coming out all right. I had threw the lapis lazulis in to finish off a barrel. They came out kind of cool, but that barrel when I opened it definitely had an odor. It was not awesome, but it wasn't awful either. So I just assumed it was part of the bacteria, but they're coming along just fine. So I'll sort through, figure out which ones are good enough to move on to step 2, and the rest will go back into step 1. Alright, rhodonite, stage 1. I had a minute to let it settle. They've been in there. I keep talking while I'm dumping, I know you guys can't hear, but it's been in there almost 8 days now, so let's get them rinsed off and see what we got. Alright, so this is actually a second run on this step 1. I did one. I did it last week. This is the second week on them. Coming out all right. I got a little bit of a. You can see a little bit of a crack there yet. That's got to come out. But so far on a preliminary look through, they're looking pretty sharp. So, that one's gonna need another roll in the stage 1. So yeah, looking pretty good. Get them onto a towel and drying, and get the other batch going. Okay, here we are, just coming off the last stage of the step 4 for the rhodonites and the lapis lazuli. I had 2 barrels of them going. It's my first time using pellets, so hopefully it keeps them from cracking and other things going wrong. But on initial inspection, they look okay. Not the world's best polish, but so far so good. So get them burnished up and cleaned up and dried off, and we'll see how they turn out. Okay, here we are at the end of the polish with these rhodonites. At least as far as I'm gonna go. When I get my hands on a vibratory tumbler, I plan on putting the glossy, perfect finish on them that you would expect. But for now, this is as far as I'm gonna go. I've already had them in my chalet selling for a minute, so I might have sold a few nodules. I don't really think so. People aren't really taking a big bites at them. So I gotta figure that maybe there's a few nodules missing on my calculations here, but if we're thinking tumbling for profit, I just wanted to share. I know I did this before with the fire quartz, and again, that was one of my first tumbles, so the numbers are a little skewed on that one. But this one, these stones are soft. I think they're 5.5 on the Mohs hardness scale, and I'm just straight up rotary tumbled them. I didn't bother to hand work them or anything else. I tried and didn't have much success. But I started with 5 pounds on the dot with these things, and then I ended at 1 pound 14 ounces. Now again, some of these may have been sold, so even if you round it up to another 2 ounces, that's only 2 pounds. So I lost a significant amount of weight and size off of these things during the tumbling process. And in the end, I had what I would consider 82 nodules. So by nodules, I mean these would be something that I could sell individually. The smaller ones I tend to sell by the baggie. So they price obviously a little different. But as far as selling these things individually in the chalet and or at my craft shows or whatever, I got 82 that are usable. So I paid roughly I paid $9 for the 5 pound bag to start with, and then if you break down the shipping and handling per pound, I paid $2.50 in shipping and handling for these things. And then I also figured in the number of times I had to run it through each stage. I ran the 5 pound batch total through step 1 7 times, step 2 twice, step 3 twice, and step 4 4 times, but that was to reuse, or to see what the difference would be if I reran it with conditioned pellets versus brand new pellets. So that otherwise it would have been just the straight up 2. For the number of times I ran it through, plus the cost of the shipping and handling, the original cost of the stones, about $19.15 I calculate for total cost. Now obviously I haven't thrown any labor in there, so you feel free to put labor in however you like to charge it. So the total cost of just the materials, shipping and handling, yada yada yada, is 23 cents per sellable nodule. So is it worth it? I don't know. They'll be able to sell at my chalet, especially once I'm able to get a nice glossy finish on them. I know they'll sell in individual stones and in the craft shows, etc. I mean, if you're selling them across the internet, I don't know. I haven't done that yet, but yeah, these are totally worth it. These are fun. They're lots of cool stones. If you've been watching my What Came Out of the Tumblers, you've already had all the close-ups of them and seen what they look like up close. Great little stones, fun. Took, like I said, 5.5 on the Mohs scale, so they're not too hard to tumble. A little harder to get a finish on, as I've proven in my amateur knowledge of rotary tumbling, but yeah, 23 cents a stone, finished product. I can't argue. It's going to be not going to be a decent money maker, but for something to put out there for people to look at and just do a little bit of shopping and have some fun, then it'll be all right. So thanks for checking out this video. I appreciate it. If you found anything useful in this, go ahead and hit the like button, of course, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.